Hello and welcome to the Pixelated Realms Gamescast, your guide through the digital landscape, untangling the mysteries of your favorite titles and discussing the latest and greatest in video game fun. I'm your host, Alex Lerner. Alongside me is my brother, Tyler. No Dustin today. What is up?
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Always good to be here. Looking forward to talking about what we've been playing. There's been some really cool games coming out lately, so more than just talking about playing Dune Awakening for once, but, hey, I had a good time talking about it. Yeah, so do you want to get started, or should I?
Let me go ahead and get started with a little bit of housekeeping. So we skipped last episode. So if you're wondering where that was, it was because of the holiday. We did mention that on the previous episode. You can help support us by going to pixelatedrealms.org/Patreon. It is free. There's no, you don't have to pay for anything. And something just like started playing in my background. It really freaked me out because it was loud. Yeah, so go to patreon.com/pixelatedrealms or pixelatedrealms.org/Patreon. It works both ways, I guess. And that's it. So we're back after that holiday, and I have not had a chance to really play much. So I'll go first because mine's gonna be not gonna probably be as fun. My backlog is just growing, is all it is.
I've seen you on one game, that's for sure.
Yes, I have been playing a game, Satisfactory,
Yeah.
and you see me on it a lot though because I just let it run on my computer and then I walk away for like hours and then I remember that I have it on and I come back. So I'm not on it actually as much as I look like I am, which is why I keep playing that one because I can play that one and walk away at any moment.
Yeah,
And
that is convenient.
have no like fear of whatever, because like
Right.
Dune, you can't do that. Your character will literally get killed.
You absolutely
And you'll lose
cannot,
everything you'll have. Even like if I'm like in a campaign or something, I mean, I guess I could pause, but it's like there's not a lot of games that I can kind of
nowadays it's not
play.
as much of a thing.
Yeah, like I can't. I like Satisfactory, one because I just like the game, but two because it's kind of my like go-to casual game right now. So it's like I can play it without thinking about it, and I can walk away and I can play for like 10 minutes and then go and play it. So
Yeah,
my hours are probably it probably says like over 150 hours, but like half of that is I'm not even there. So it's like kind of a lie. I wonder what my save says. But I love that game so much. And I'm only what am I on, tier like 6 out of
how many tiers are there?
I think there's 8 or 9 tiers, but they get exponentially more difficult. So like tiers 1 and 2 are the beginner tiers. They give you those ones like pretty quickly. Then 3 and 4, 3 is pretty easy, but 4 is like your first one where it requires a bit of effort. And then 5 and 6 are like, all right, buckle up, we're going. And then from there the complexity just builds on itself and becomes exponentially more complicated. So it's like every tier, like the last like set of tiers takes you like 4 times as long as the entire previous set of tiers because of it. So
and you need to work off of all the other tiers usually,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You need to create more product. So it's like, oh, I did 100, and it's like, well, now you need 10,000.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh,
That's
okay.
chump change now. Good luck. We're gonna give you something that's gonna make it go faster, but it's gonna take a lot of work to get it to run. Like, and so. But I mean, I also spend a lot of time in that game when I'm actually sitting down playing it, of just like trying to build better and more optimal versions of things I've already built. So like I was not stuck, but I was held strong on tier 4 for like the longest time before I got to tier 5 because I would just like rebuild my base over and over again, and then I'd be like, not efficient enough. Rebuild it, and then I'd be like, okay, I almost have 100% efficiency, because it's like you have. I guess for those who don't know, Satisfactory is like a Factorio kind of a game. So but it's 3D. So you land on a planet. It's also, I would say, it's similar to Subnautica, which is just one of my favorite games of all time. But instead of it being about exploration, it's about the base building side.
Are you excited for Subnautica 2?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm ready to talk about that. And so
there's a reason you might not be.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's all about like automating. And as an engineer, I find that very, it scratches that little itch on me. Like I feel like I'm solving a complex problem. And it's really fun. And I would argue, I mean, it's very similar to like what I do at work. It's just I do it with data as opposed to, you know,
A
bricks of
video game.
ore
Yeah.
that are in the game. So like, yeah, you mine like sections of the map like you would in most games, like iron and this or that copper, whatever, coal and stuff like that. And then you build machines and like conveyor belts and different automation to combine them together to make items that are of more complex components, and then you send them into space in order to save the Earth, because I guess the Earth is run out of materials, and so you're trying to build.
Because you're not on Earth. Okay. I was like,
No,
you're
no, no,
taking
you're
all
not
the
on Earth.
materials.
No, no. So you're on like some random planet. And it's funny because you work for like this corporation called Fix It, and it's very tongue in cheek about the like corporate like kind of stuff, and it's like, okay, it'll be like, oh, you've unlocked this next area, you deserve a break. All right, break over, get back to
Break
work.
over.
Yeah, like stuff like that,
Unbelievable.
or like,
So
yeah,
realistic.
we notice you have died 2 times, and that is not to policy, and it's not what an efficient fix-it engineer would do. Like it's just like really like,
Yeah.
saying like be more,
Like
be a
all
better
the
worker.
corporate like bullshit that like expectations that are impossible to meet,
Yeah.
like
We would like to remind you that the entirety of Earth, rests on your
yeah.
shoulders, kind of stuff, and you're just like, yeah, thank you. But it's really funny
Thanks.
and really well done. So I've been playing the living shit out of that game, but I just like to base build. And so that game is it's literally just one massive base building, just like complexity. And I've been on the subreddit looking at people's bases, and people like have YouTube channels of making
Insane.
these like insane, because you can
Well,
build
your
up.
computer starts to have like an issue, man. Like I've seen so many bases that it's just
Yeah.
like processing becomes the biggest problem. Like it's like
Yeah,
2 frames a
seriously.
second at some point, and you're just like, you can't do that
So
many
many moving
things.
machines and shit
Yeah.
on screen that it's like trying to render all at once and it's just about to
Can't do it.
explode. I hope to
Yeah.
get there one day. Maybe I'll stream it once I've gotten a little bit further, because I I want to beat the game, obviously, but I don't want to
It's a
just beat
lot
the
of work.
game. I
Yeah.
want to build like really cool bases and stuff. So like I usually what I'll do is I'll build like a temporary section or factory, right? They call them factories. So like temporary factory just to get it working, and then I'm like, okay, is this something I'm going to actually use, or is this something I just need for now, and then delete? And if it's something I actually use, then I'll spend time and I'll delete it
You'll
all,
make it
or
satisfactory.
exactly,
Yeah.
I'll refactor it.
Yeah.
um and so just kind of like rebuilding it, and then just making it like, appealing to, and stuff like that. And then you unlock more things, and you're like, oh, well, now I have to completely destroy this section because now it's irrelevant. Now I need to make way for a truck so the truck can come and pick up my resources and deliver it to another part of the map. And then eventually you unlock trains, and you're like, well, now the trucks don't matter. So I
Yeah.
have to like refactor, redo everything like that, and eventually get like flying drones and things. So you get like, it's really cool. But it takes a lot of time. Like I think the average amount of time to beat the game is like 500 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, or something
Yeah,
like
sounds about
four or
right.
500 hours. Yeah, I'm sure if you beelined it, you could probably do it in less. But people who play that kind of game are all about like efficiency and like getting everything, because it's all about like in and out, right? It'll be like,
Of
okay, you
course,
put a
yeah.
miner on a thing of iron, and then it'll
Yeah,
tell
it'll
you how
take like
much iron
5
per
ore
minute.
to make 1 iron, and then 1 iron you need like 5 iron to make this thing, and then it just becomes
Yeah,
this
but it
insane
tells you
math
the
problem.
flow rate. So it'll be like, okay, you get the 30 or whatever, 60 iron per minute. And then you put down a conveyor belt. This conveyor belt can move 60 items per minute. But if you update the miner later and it's like
Right.
120, now you have to update the belt, because the belt is the bottleneck. And then you'll hit that into a machine that consumes only so fast, and it'll tell you how fast it consumes. So it'll be like, oh, this machine is 15 iron per minute, and you're like, okay, well, I have 60, so that means I can make 4 of these machines, and then I can split the belt into 4. And then, so you're like doing all this like napkin math,
Yeah.
trying to like make it as efficient. Is any of it necessary? No, totally not. You could easily be the most inefficient thing and just put 1,000 miners all around the place and just, shove the
That's
belts
not what it's
wherever.
about.
But it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I want efficiency. And then later on, it gives you things that are even more complicated. So you can actually program some of the like smart junctions.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, you just get splitters. It's like it splits it into 2 or something like that. But later, you can make kind of like these smart devices, and people will kind of like make essentially programs
Yeah,
in
they're
the
like
game.
circuits, right?
Yeah, they're circuits. Exactly. It's literally a circuit. So you can make gates, which are like and gates or gates, and you can have filters based off of different types of minerals and things like that. And so you can make these like really insane, complicated, cool looking factories. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do eventually, but I just don't have the time. I mean, I don't even have time to play the games that I want to play. Like I still have in my backlog, let's see, Doom Dark Ages. I'm about halfway through. Claire Obscura,
Yeah, I need
FBC
to go back and
Firebreak.
beat
I
that
don't
one.
what yeah. Um I want to play Firebreak. I don't think I'm gonna play that very often, but I do want to do like a map or something.
Yeah.
I want to finish Indiana Jones and Avowed, and then I
I
got
know,
a
so
million
many
other games.
games. A lot of Xbox games though. Xbox Pass has been feeling real worth it. And I know there's a lot of
Yeah,
articles about it, like, oh, it's not sustainable or whatever. I'm just like,
I don't
well,
care.
as the
Good for
consumer,
us.
it's working pretty well for me. I mean, yeah, maybe that I don't know. That just seems kind of like it's like saying like, oh, 20 years ago, like Netflix is unsustainable. I'm like, well,
That's
no,
their problem,
it's
not
not.
mine.
Yeah, it's kind of it's that's not the consumer's problem necessarily. So
Yeah.
it's just yeah, it's interesting. I'm enjoying Game Pass.
Oh, I know. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I didn't know the Alters was on Xbox Game Pass.
Yes.
Okay, so not now. I will for sure give it a shot because I would have bought it on Steam on accident. I always forget to look over here.
Speaking of
Oh, they got
which,
Warcraft 2. Anyways,
yes,
yeah, I'm going
yes.
on a tangent. All right, your turn.
Okay.
Go.
Speaking of the altars, for our viewers, if you haven't heard of this game, it's called The Altars. It is a
Like alternate,
survival.
not like alter, like something you put on, like ALTER.
Yep,
Alter.
correct. And I didn't know almost anything going into this game. It is on Game Pass if you have that, so go ahead and download it and give it a shot. This is a psychological survival game, and upon initial impressions, it really gave me like a Death Stranding kind of vibe, but more with more mechanics to it. So more of a base building aspects, more like crafting, mining, things like that. But it has that sort of Death Stranding like tone to it, where like it's very like interpersonal. It's about characters and it's about like very specific psychology. It's really hard not to ruin a lot about this game, and I really don't want to do that to our viewers. So really, I advise you just to go download it. But basically, this is a game where your character is stranded on a planet, and this planet has a particular quality about it, its solar system, that is kind of, how do I put it, like a pretty recent thing in the zeitgeist of film and television. So there's this, basically you're on this hectic planet and you are trying to get out. There's this special mineral called I think it was Ritilium or radium or something like that. Basically, that has a special property that allows you to, let's just say, get the help you need to get out of this death trap. But
Hmm.
there's a lot of like psychology and like dialogue and like that plays into this. I've just been seeing incredible things about this game. People are saying like, "Oh, I just finished it, and I was blown away." It looks like it's about 11 hours of a story, which is for me
Nice.
sounds really nice.
It says
Just a
on how
really
long to
good,
beat, it says
yeah.
18 hours. And
Okay.
then for main plus extras, 23, completion is 52,
Oh, okay.
average
Well,
22.
because Xbox, I thought the Xbox app pulled the how long to beat
It
itself.
does. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the
Oh,
Xbox app.
oh, then I just completely remembered wrong. So forgive me. Regardless, 18 hours. I still feel like that's a really good window for this type of game. But I'm only like an hour and a half in, and I'm already like, wow, this like has almost like game of the year vibes to me. Like it's so far it almost feels perfect. Like it's really really good. So I'm like really excited to keep playing. I
It's a
can't wait
Game
to
Pass.
like
That's so cool.
yeah, it feels like and what look up the studio. Who it was
Oh, so okay, I was waiting to talk about it. So this is 11-bit
yeah.
studio. This is a studio I'm very familiar with, and I love
Oh
their
really?
games.
I don't
Their
think I'm
games are
familiar with them.
fantastic. Yeah, you know them. Moonlighter. They made Moonlighter. They made
Oh yeah.
Frostpunk. They
Oh,
made This
Frostpunk. I
War
definitely know
of
Frostpunk. That
Mine.
was yeah. Oh, this War of Mine. Oh my god. Talk
Yeah,
about
so
psychological
yeah,
like
exactly.
survival
So they're
games
known
like
for
oh,
games that are
okay.
like really depressing.
Not just
Not all of them.
depressing though, but like highly emotional. You know, it's like
Yeah.
the true human experience. It's not all bad. It's good and bad, you know. Like in
Yeah.
this war of mine, there's hope. It's in World War II, like Russia, like or wherever you are, like Ukraine or
I think
something.
it's a Polish company, so maybe Poland.
Our roots, man. That's too close to
Yeah.
home for
Yeah.
so
Many
yeah, the
generations ago.
altars it like I it's really it's one of those games where I cannot say more without ruining it. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's kind of tough in that sense. But if I say those things, you'll want to play it. So all I can say is I recommend you play it. um,
Okay. We'll give
you know,
people this episode, and then next episode we can do
yeah, we'll
spoilers.
talk about it. But
Because now I want to play
obviously,
it.
yeah, the basically there becomes there is a aspect of the game that is basically like analyzing the timeline of your life and making alterations to it. So the
Ooh.
alters are a reference to one thing they are is a reference to these alterations that you're making to the timeline of your character's life. And there's a result
Cool.
of that, but I'm not going to get into it, so I'll leave it there. But
That sounds
on
really
top
cool.
yeah, I think it's one of those ones that like this is exactly why this podcast exists. If you take away anything, check out this game. Really cool.
Yeah.
On top of that, I have been playing a few other games. I have been playing a lot of Rematch, and I think I mentioned this last episode and maybe the episode before that. Rematch is a soccer game. It's 3v3 to 5v5. It is a high skill cap, but low like skill. What's that term we use? Like high skill ceiling, but low entry barrier to entry. I guess
Hmm.
is what I'm looking for. So
Yeah. I
like
mean,
you
that
can get
sucks.
in and have fun pretty easily, but like the limits of the technical ability is really kind of incredible. And just in the few weeks that this game's been out, I've already been seeing like Reddit posts and YouTube videos of people who are like, here's the, best techniques. And it's like insane what people figure out in such a short period of time. Like it's really incredible. I'm not one of those people. Like we suck. We have a really good time playing the game, but we definitely suck. But it is a really interesting game. If you like sports games, if you like soccer games, if you like Rocket League, it literally is just like a Rocket League soccer mix fusion. And it's really fun. You don't have to be really good at soccer or anything, but if you are good at soccer, I'm sure that helps. But I highly recommend it, especially with
Is it kind of
friends.
like backyard soccer kind of a thing, or like is it just everything's kind of blown out of proportion? Let me see. Because
No,
I'm
it's
kind of
not blown out of proportion. It's actually, I would say it's more like FIFA, but just slightly smaller scale. Like FIFA, right? It's like a normal, whatever, how many people are
yeah,
on
it's
a
like as
soccer
detailed
team.
as
Yeah,
possibly.
yeah. This one's more cartoony, but still has a lot of like mechanical things to it, you know?
Yeah, I'm looking at the
So,
screenshots right now. It looks kind of like if Fortnite made a soccer game,
yeah, yeah,
but
that's
I
the
mean
art
with
style.
normal looking people.
Yeah. But and it's by no means like perfect. It's kind of buggy. Like the net code's not great. Like there's a lot of things, but I think this game's going to be pretty popular or continue to be pretty popular within the community because it has that Rocket League-esque FIFA thing. And if our listeners didn't know, FIFA is no longer called FIFA. It's now called
It's FC.
FC because FIFA is a terribly corrupt and horrible organization. Hopefully that doesn't like get us
Nah, fuck
flagged.
them.
FIFA is terrible if you didn't know that. And so they finally detached themselves away from the FIFA brand for
Well,
the
because I think
games.
FIFA wanted like $1 billion for them to use their name, and they're like,
Oh, of
no.
course. Yeah. You're like, you guys are like the most corrupt organization on the planet, literally. Like,
Yeah,
it's terrible.
it's
Anyway,
run
this
like
isn't
by
about FIFA.
mob.
But the point is there's a big gap to fill. There's not a popular game. FC's still popular, but it's gone down. It's not FIFA, you know? So I think this game is kind of coming in and filling a void that a lot of players are going to be eager to jump into.
Okay, yeah, I see. You could play like in space on a
Yeah,
space
there's
field.
like pay to win. It's like pay to like cosmetic stuff, right? So like different
Hmm.
fields, different uniforms, My guy looks silly.
Yeah,
He
I
has
mean,
like
that's
long
just like
eyelashes and long hair.
yeah.
I not that there's anything wrong with that, but so yeah, it's been really fun. And then last but not least is I've actually been doing a bit of racing the last couple of weeks here. I'm gonna try to get streaming that more for everyone. I know our streams are really random, so I apologize for that, but hopefully it makes it more enjoyable when you do hop on YouTube or Twitch and see that we're streaming. Funny enough, though, I got a buddy who got into the racing, iRacing with me, and we've been doing a lot of oval racing. So we've been doing the NASCAR style oval racing, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm finally D licensed. Yep, it's just left turning.
Uh,
It's just funny because like it is very different. It is just a very different type of racing. Funny thing is like you're still sitting there, although yes, you're going straight and then turning left, going straight, and so on and so forth. Like you're still like moving the steering wheel back and forth, like constantly on the very edge of grip. And you're just like seconds, just millimeters away from crashing into yourself and every 20 people behind you and
and just
ruining
ruin
everybody's
everybody's
race.
day.
So it's like fun. I'll admit I do enjoy I do enjoy circuits that are non-oval circuits more. I mean, that's just a personal preference, but it's been really fun still to race in the oval races, and people are really funny. Like I don't know if just everyone is from the South who does the circuit races or if everyone just puts on an accent because, like, you're in the voice chat and people are just like, yeah, we're going to take this race down. You know, I'm like, oh my God, this can't
Yeah.
be real. Like, and I'm
Oh my
like,
god.
people are so funny. And I'm just, like I said, I'm convinced like half of these people are just kidding around.
Oh
But
yeah,
no,
of course.
it is funny. And it's fun. I mean, you know, a lot of people take it really, really seriously. You know, funny enough, just because I think it would be fun to talk about, there was actually recently this really big story. Actually, it was this morning. Basic Ollie, a really popular, or I'd call him really popular. I love watching him. A popular sim racing content creator posted they were doing 24-hour spa races this weekend in iRacing, and which is a pretty big event. People are pretty into it. So you usually
What
have
is
like two or three
spa? What does that mean?
drivers. Spa Francorchamps is a race circuit in Belgium, one of the most popular ones of all time. And it's just 24, like Le Mans 24, right? It's 24
Hmm.
hours of Spa. And so a
Is
lot
the
of people
race
take it
the digital race 24 hours?
digital. Yep, digital race. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's
Exactly
24
the same.
hours.
100%. Absolutely. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Or, but they'll, so, you know, they also do like funny little ones. They'll be like the 24 minutes of Spa, you know, and I'll be
Oh
like, oh, that's
yeah.
what I'll race. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's 100% like anything they do in real life, they will do in the simulation because that's what people like to do, you know? So,
Right.
but the news is that there was a professional team of racers, like they're actually race car drivers, and they entered into the 24 hours of Spa, and they just griefed the entire lobby for hours and hours and hours. And they did some of the most unsportsmanlike behavior that's so like toxic and unbecoming of like sim racing and absolutely not allowed.
Like
And
what?
so basically, I mean, you name it, slowing down, they would just slow down and just there would be like 20 people behind them. People would try to pass and they just run into them. They would multiple times they just took people out completely. It was just, I mean, like none of these things are acceptable, and this community is really serious. Like we don't, like, yes,
Mm.
it's simulated
Like
racing,
they
but the
clearly
point
didn't
is
take
it's
it
a
seriously.
simulation. Yeah. So like we don't, yeah, I don't know what the story is behind this team. Their accounts, their Twitters and Instagrams have gone to private because the world's
People
kind of
were
blowing up
pissed.
on them. People are pissed, you know, and they ruined a 24-hour race for a lot of people that probably took time off work. And like, you know, like it might have seemed funny to them, or maybe they were pissed off for some reason. But like the point is that it was like incredibly disrespectful, and now they're gonna get a lot of shit for it. So yeah, it was one of those things where like I've been seeing a lot of creators like call it out and be like, you know, like you guys are making sim racing look like the stupidest thing on earth, and you're real racers. Like that's horrible. You're
These are the
children, you
people
know?
who who these are your fans.
Yeah.
These are the people who want to, watch racing and race. And
And
yeah, you're just
you just screwed them over in a race that lasts 24 hours, you know? Like they were in like 40th place and they just go like 40 miles an hour, just like weaving. And then they take people out. And like it's just like it's literally against the rules, but like other than that, it's just a terrible thing to do. So it's yeah, it was really crazy. I recommend you. We'll have to link the basic Ollie video because you know he obviously had a great video on it
mhm.
and is spreading it. But it's just really interesting stuff.
Wow. That's crazy. Like, why? Just,
Like,
they were probably
yeah,
paid to do that too. So it's like, why would they
well, they
do that?
disrespected their brands,
And then
right? Their sponsors.
yeah, like, because the race, iRace probably paid them. And so,
It's
um,
very possible,
they're
yeah.
probably not getting paid now.
I mean, yeah, whatever's like they disrespected their sponsors in real life. Like it's just crazy. Yeah. So it was just seemed like a small thing, but it was kind of a big thing in this sim racing community today. And I think rightfully so, because it's a community that it's like we're trying to be a simulation. Like stop being a clown. Stop making us look like clowns, you know?
Mm, yeah, that's crazy. Speaking of clowns, you see this thing about pirate software? I haven't really been following it,
No.
but
The kill video games, stop killing video game stuff.
yeah, something like that. I don't know. All of a sudden, everybody turned on him, and I think it's because he
Yeah.
was
Because
anti
everyone
stop killing video games or something like that. Like, because he thought it would kill live service games or something like that, and then just everyone turned on him like all at once,
yeah.
which is funny. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
there was
personally
definitely a
never been a fan,
collective.
so
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
I don't.
we've said it on before, and I mean, it's like if you really look into it, he kind of has a formula for the way he talks, and it's been said before. I don't need to say it again.
Yeah, I
um,
know. I just can't stand the like know it allness that he gives
yeah,
off. The just how pedantic he is about everything, and like,
it's like he could sum up like the most heinous, most complex things in like 3 sentences, and just
yeah,
like
let me pull up my fucking MS
his
Paint.
whiteboard. Yeah.
So, yeah, here's a circle. If I draw a line to this circle, it's that simple, and there's
Geopolitics
an
is really
X.
easy. It's like, and I'm like
And
not
don't
necessarily saying
I'm
he's,
never wrong.
yeah, yeah, it's
Like,
just a
it
little
just has
silly.
this like I know fucking everything attitude, and it always rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm really not surprised that he got turned on eventually. And it
Yeah.
was funny because, with all this, of course, everything is like popping out about him. But somebody on one of the Reddits I was on posted like some of the code from his game.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my God. It's like a junior level code.
Really?
Like, I would
Well,
expect.
that was another video I remember seeing of him. It was him shitting on like the coding of Undertale or something, and he was like, "If you look at this code, it's super inefficient. It sucks. Like, but Undertale's still a great game." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." But like, it's still just it's a little, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
everybody talk. Yeah.
but Undertale's still a successful game, so it doesn't matter if the coding was really inefficient and sucked. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I, it,
mm.
a lot of the time, well, it's like, I don't care if code sucks if it works, but it's like, it's one thing to be the person who's talking shit about other people because I know that's what he does, and then turn around and be like, dude, your shit is like a first year like level code, like, what the fuck? And it's because, I mean, I don't know much about the guy, so I probably what I'm saying is wrong. So if don't take what I'm saying as fact, but he spent a lot of time doing like anti-cheat and stuff like that, or whatever, but banning people. So I don't actually think he did a lot of code. I think he did a lot of like sitting with like some, application that they had built in house, running, and analysis on things. So I don't think he's actually much of a coder, at least just from what I've seen. I'm sure he has an analytical mind and, all that shit, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know crap about him. So I'm going to stop talking about it, but I just thought it was worth bringing up because we're a video game show and, that's kind of the video game culture.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I think he has like, if you want me to be real, I think he has a great cadence of how he explains things. Like, I think that is something he is good at. So like when you can break down something like that and simple and make a lot of people understand it a little bit better, I think that is definitely a gift, and
But what
not
if it's
everyone has
wrong?
that. Well,
Almost
right.
always.
Right. And just like we're wrong a lot,
Oh
so
yeah, I'm
I get
wrong.
it. It's, I guess the point being is it's a bit of a wash for me. So it's just like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I I don't just take everything you hear for granted, right? It's just a general rule of thumb in life.
Yeah.
Just don't take anyone too seriously, even if they sound really
Yeah,
serious.
don't listen to people on podcasts who talk about
Don't
video
even listen
games,
to us. Yeah, honestly.
especially us. Oh my god, don't listen to us. We're
It's like
just
my
here. We're
favorite
just
thing. It's like the South Park intro. It's like, we do not recommend anybody view this programming or something like that. I was like, I love South Park.
yeah.
Ugh.
Uh,
But
cool.
cool. No, that's some fun games.
Well,
Lots to recommend, lots to keep doing. Still
yeah.
playing Dune, lots, all that stuff. So
Yeah. I've kind of I need to pick that back up. I just haven't had time because it's like I know that's just like I'm just an echo at this point about the whole time thing. It's just like a lot of work lately, and the kids and the baby. But Dune requires that I like sit down for like hours at a time. Like I literally tried
yeah,
to sit down the other day for like an hour, and I literally for in an hour period got almost nothing done because it was like just the first like 45 minutes. I was like, oh, I gotta go get more water because I'm low on water. Oh,
it's
and now I gotta go
always
get fuel.
getting more
And it's
material.
like I just spent the first like 45 minutes just like getting back up to speed with stuff that I needed. And then I'm like, okay, finally I can go do the mission. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm almost
Yeah,
like at my hour that I have. Like, and so I was
I
like, I
honestly.
need
Mhm.
I need more than an hour.
Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, now that I'm like over 200 hours in the game, I gotta be honest. Like, it's definitely time for a break where I'm just like,
Hmm.
okay, I still really enjoy all of this. I'm still having fun. I still want to like wait for people to like advance and like go do deep desert runs. There's still some things for me to do, but I'm at that point where I'm like, I got absolutely well worth my money. I feel great. I'm looking forward to what the next couple of months, see what they patch, see what they do. Um, you know, it's
Yeah,
it's I think it's important not to be a person who's like, don't dedicate your life to a video game. It's just like, yes, I put over 200 hours in this game. That's about as much as I think is even reasonable. You see people online who are like, oh, I'm 700 hours in, and I'm like, just breathe, man. Take a
yeah.
shower,
And
like
the
just
game
like.
sucks now. What the fuck?
Right, and the game sucks.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, you're just dopamine chasing. Like, don't tell.
yeah,
I'm not saying I'm not. Aren't we all? But like, the point is, it's just like, it's not benefiting you at that point.
yeah.
So
And it's you bring up a good point. Like it is good to play a game, hit the spot where you're like, you know what, I'm done. And
like,
I feel
I'm
even if
still
I didn't,
liking it.
yeah. And it's like
you
even yeah,
know?
exactly. It's like even if I didn't like 100% the game or something, it's like I played it and I had a good time when I played it. I got my money's worth out of it. And maybe I'll come
and
back later when
and I'll
I've
come
kind
back.
of like tried something
Yeah.
new for a little bit. And I do that all the time.
I think
And
we
I think
beat
Dune.
ourselves up a lot about that, and this is maybe just like
Mhm.
an ADHD thing. Maybe I just don't. I've learned to not, but like, don't beat yourself up if you take a break from a game. I'm like,
Or even never
sure,
come
like,
back to it. Like,
even if you don't come back to it, yeah, it's just like, it's fine, man. It's like reading a book. Like, sometimes you just don't get through the book and you just set it down. And it's like, that's just part of like how focus works. And like, I don't know. I think as a society, we're told to like finish what you start, but I think it's okay. It's okay for you to
yeah,
quit your game and not finish it. And I can't. Some of my favorite games ever. I mean, most of my favorite games of all time are games that I didn't complete for years, and then I went back,
yeah.
finally completed them, and I was like, wow, this game was just as good as I thought it would be.
I know. I still haven't beaten Skyrim. I still haven't beaten Satisfactory. I still haven't beaten like all these games that I
I mean,
play.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like, doesn't matter. I still had fun. Like if you play games how you want to play, I'm giving you permission to stop
yeah.
playing games you're just done with, even if you're not done with them. Like
It's not homework.
eventually, if you're when you're ready to play, you'll go back or you won't, and then you'll move on to something different, and better, like or just
Yeah,
different. But like, doesn't matter.
yeah. But that being said, on the counter end, also just push yourself a little bit. If you're noticing you're slipping and you're like, I can't tell you how many, this is just my one caveat. And I'm sure you've done this before. Literally, I'm like, I'm done with this game. Set the game down, and you go back and you look it up, and it's like, you were like 10 minutes from the last boss.
Oh
I
yeah, like you were
totally
like
did that.
right there.
I did that in Final Fantasy 9 my first time. I literally played like the whole all through Final Fantasy 9. I literally was at the last boss and I didn't know it. And I was like, I'm done, dude. I'm done. I can't do it. And I ended up quitting. Years later, I went back and had to replay it. So that being said, sometimes it's good to know how many chapters are in a game. That's something I like
Yeah.
to do. It's like, okay, it's like chapter 1, chapter 2. I'm like, okay, just tell me how many chapters there's gonna be so I can like set a mental expectation, and then it's gonna help me progress and not lose my focus. You know,
Yeah. So speaking of games that I love, though I have finished this one. So, Subnautica 2. I do want to talk about that. Is this
yeah,
a good
let's
time
talk
to move
about that.
over, or are you still
Yeah,
talking
let's do
about it?
it. No, 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 let's
So,
do it.
I don't know if you guys have heard. So, Subnautica 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. And
Good
I
game.
played the shit out of that game, and I've beaten it like 3 times. And there's even a DLC, but it's not really a DLC. It's actually a standalone title, but it's like not Subnautica 2. It's like 1.5 kind of a thing. Um, Great game. So the company Crafton is been working on Subnautica 2 for a little while now, but I guess there was some drama.
Yeah.
So it looks like they fired the original like team of that led the company through Subnautica 1. So it was like an indie dev, and they were the
Yeah.
first that was their first game and only game so far. So, well, the if you count the 1.5 one, I forgot what it's
Right.
called. Snow ice something. Subnautica something ice. But yeah, so I guess they basically like cold-blooded like fired them.
Wow.
And yeah, and then sorry, I'm trying to look up the name of that fucking thing. Whatever. I gotta stop. And then there was like a whole bunch of BS going on about like, are they gonna pay people the money that they owe them? And then they were like talking about
Oh.
canceling the project entirely.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like people were, unsure about the fate of the game. But actually, I'm just looking. It looks like 3 hours ago. It looks like they actually kind of settled, and that the
Oh.
game is moving on, which is good news. It says they did fire. They fired the former leadership team. That's bad,
Okay.
but they are sharing profits early with basically they're paying out their current employees like a fat bonus. I guess
Oh.
25 million across the entire company. I don't know how big it is.
Wow.
So they still are fighting a battle with that original team that they fired, but they are basically like trying to encourage their team that things are still going strong, and that they're basically giving them a bonus. They're shipping of the game bonus early because they're like, hey, like we want to give you like we want to make you feel
Please don't
good. Is
leave.
what I kind of see. Yeah, please don't
Wow.
leave. Exactly. Yeah.
I wonder, like, so,
Um.
like, and it's about to drop. So, like, they basically fired these people, like, after they worked on it, like a bunch.
So yeah, I'm trying to see what the reason was for it, and I'm doing a poor job while I'm talking because I'm like trying to talk while read at the same time, and so it's
Yeah.
frying my brain right now. But I can't really see anything. It says last week reports came to light that Subnautica 2 had been delayed just months before Crafton was due to pay a bonus to the developing team. Okay. So this was
Oh,
about
they
this
fired
bonus.
him before the bonus. That was what was
The
really the
delay.
problem.
Let me see.
I mean, it is a problem.
Let's see. Okay, so they fired these people, and then they delayed the game, and they delayed this bonus that was supposed to, because it was the bonus was supposed to coincide with the release, but because they delayed it, they delayed the bonus. And then the original leadership was like, "What the hell? Even though you fired us, like we made that promise." I'm kind of summarizing as I'm reading here. Hey,
Yeah.
we made that, so they took them to court, and then the company gave them 25 million, across the people, early, saying like, "Hey, even though we haven't released the game, here's part of it that we even because we said we would give you some." So, but that's only like 10%. But I guess I see it as like a good faith payment. They're kind of like, "Hey, like we still." Like I know you probably did
Yeah.
expect this, so here's some money. So I good and bad there. It
It
just
just sounds
drama.
like business bullshit. Yeah.
Just sounds like
It's
fucking
just
drama.
business drama for the most part. Hopefully the game still has its strength to it, as the but yeah, no, it's too much speculation. It's really hard to say. You never know. Like it's so easy for leaderships to disagree and people to get let go and
Yeah.
fired. So it's not really worth speculating why.
It's just like I just see so much of drama in the video game industry as far as like business execs fighting with the developers of the game and stuff like that. And usually because the
Yeah.
teams are relatively small, so it's not like they can hide behind a big corporate, you know, facade. It's just like, hey, like you're the desk over from me, or like I
Yeah.
talk with you in meetings every day. Like, what the fuck? So hopefully they get this resolved. I don't still didn't exactly know why the guys got fired, but hopefully they get this resolved and the game works out. I'll follow up with this because this is a game that I really like and I want to, I'm kind of curious as what it is. And I should have followed up. I should have looked it up before I started rambling about it, but I did want to talk about it because, you know, even though I don't know anything about it. So we'll follow up.
Cool.
Let's move on then to uh, Ask Pixelated Realms.
Yes. Let's hear
But
it.
some
Always
reason
exciting.
my tab just died. There we go. Brought it back. Okay, so oh god, what is wrong with me today, guys? I need help. Tyler, you're the new host.
Why? What happened?
Just forever. No, I'm just having trouble. Okay, so you can write into pixelatedrealms.org/ask and be part of the show. So we have a couple from our break that we took still, but then we have one new one from Ralph. So we'll talk about that one too.
Oh, what's
So
up, Ralph?
first one is from Sunshine Sam. Thank you, Sam,
Sam.
for writing in. We love you. We love that you've stuck with us,
Yeah.
even through our slog of
Our break.
our break, and then through all of my brain farts these last like month that me trying to get back into the swing of it.
You're the true star.
Oh my god. Hey y'all, I just saw that Valve is prohibiting any games with paid in-games advertising from Steam, and it totally shatters EA's plans they announced last year.
Hell
Good. Yeah, fuck them. I saw a while back that Amazon was testing this with Twitch. Since they own Twitch, they had some system so viewers watching would see ads in the game's textures that the streamer wouldn't be able to see. Wow, what the that's insane.
Oh
I hadn't heard
my
about that. That is
God, it's
crazy.
like
This is back
football
from
games. Like,
I know this is back from like March.
yeah.
Glad someone is standing up to the ad business. Anyways, had to mention that. Hope you all coming back soon. Stay sunny, Sam. Thank you, Sam. And I know
Thanks,
it's
Sam.
like 4 months ago that we asked this, but damn, dude, I would be. It's sickening to me how low people will go just to make a buck. And I think that all the time with like the subscription models and things like that, like we have now, like every fucking thing has a goddamn subscription model. And it's like, is that necessary? Like I literally have my son's crib has an app. They app
Jesus.
because everything is smart now.
That has a
And
subscription?
well, it didn't when we bought it. And because we bought it with Naomi first. And then
Yeah.
when we pulled it back out to use it for him, all of a sudden they had added the subscription model and on to use like all these features that we had been previously using. And I'm like, are
Wow.
you kidding me? And this thing is not cheap. This thing is
Yeah.
very expensive, like more than $1,000. And so I'm like, not only are you charging me up the butt for this super stupid smart thing? It's called the snoo. It's for the snoo. Whatever. I'll name drop the product. Snoo. It's a smart like bassinet. And it's like, so you charge me like a ton of money for this freaking thing, and then you on top of that later change your mind and add a subscription for it. And I'm like, no,
Yeah,
if I
that's
could punch you in the
insane.
face, I'd punch you in the face. Like that's just
Like a
insane.
punch a company.
And it's like everything has a stupid like we have this other baby. I know I'm just baby stuff is what I have. That's why I'm using an example. But you apply this to anything in your life. We have another thing that's literally this little light with a speaker in it, and then we can control it with an app. We pay for the thing, whatever. They added a subscription model to it, so now you could buy a subscription and get different songs and things. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? It's just a light with a freaking speaker in it. Just let me just own it. Like, and it didn't have that when we bought it. Like, it's something they changed later. I'm like, this is getting out of hand. And so this is what I think of when I think of like them. Like, oh, we're gonna put ads in everything. Everything's ads. We're gonna put it in your eyeballs. Ads everywhere. You inject it in your veins. Ads in your dreams. Like
in your dreams.
it's like
no,
these people.
that's the thing. It's like it's. I feel like there's a certain amount of like, I don't know. Like think about GTA, right? GTA has like legitimate ads in it. Like there's actually like ads for things in Grand Theft Auto games. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't name you one of them right now, but like if you go into a Grand Theft Auto game, there is certain companies
Well,
that have like sponsors.
are you talking about like product placement, or are you talking about like
Yeah. I'm talking like product placement, but like
yeah, like a
that
Coke or
to
something?
yeah, like and to me, it's like that's like an integrated like product placement ad. Like that's kind of what I was imagining. But if we're talking like I'm playing a video game and it snaps to an ad, like I'm gonna
Breaking the game in
stop
half.
playing video games. Like it's like there's you're gonna lose your audience. Like that, it's
Nope.
absolutely insane. And then even YouTube, like I know it's not video game related, but like it's getting crazy. It's like 10 ads every 5 seconds. There's like
I
you
know.
can only inject so many ads until we move on to something else. And
Yeah.
we saw it with pirating film and video games. Then Netflix came out, and that solved that almost entirely. Like okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but like this amount of piracy went down significantly once we actually had access in a reasonable way to the material. It wasn't actually about the money, it turns out, for most people. It was about convenience. And so yeah, it's just if you're gonna start throwing ads into everything, we're gonna start hating you doing
Yeah, it's
everything.
like, don't be disrespectful. Like
Yeah.
it's straight up disrespectful to people, and it's like you're shoving all this crap down our throat, and like without our consent, basically. And it's
And
just
it's like we're playing
maddening.
video games to go to a different world, to like immerse ourselves in a different place and thing. The role playing aspect, like a book. It's like okay, I'm reading a book and I just get an ad for Coca-Cola or Amazon or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
you're
that,
like on the Kindle or something,
you've
and all of a sudden it's like,
destroyed the art form. You have destroyed it. And
yeah,
it's like you
and they
can't
don't care.
do that. They don't care. I mean, it's eh,
And
I think the customer will rule in this case, and we will if they I could see it happening, right? Like what was the example Sam mentioned? EA, like right? It was like EA wanted to put ads, and it's
yeah,
like I could
of course
totally
they
see
would
that,
fucking
dude.
do it.
You're playing like FC, right? And then there's just like an ad for some stupid bullshit, whatever. Like those games are toast, dude. They're already toast. Like these kind of games are already falling out of popularity because they're trying to monetize every single little button press, and it is not working, And funny, looping back to Rematch, which we were talking about earlier, right? Yes, that game has like battle passes and stuff like that, but like, is it going to monetize the player names of every soccer player in the world and try to create loot chests?
$50.
No, it's just a game where you can go and play the freaking game and have a pretty decent time, And it's like that's what we. It's like certain people are trying to get closer and closer to like unplayable games, right? And it's like,
They're like,
no, games aren't about fun; they're about
the profit.
getting you to buy my products. It's like we've
We need
truly lost the video game industry at that point.
Yeah, it's iSpace, right? You're trying to compete with iSpace. I mean, somebody,
Yeah, cyberpunk at that
like
point.
eyes, not MySpace, iSpace.
Yeah.
And I forgot who it was. I want to say it was like someone from Netflix or something like that. Like one of the executives says that
Oh
their biggest
yeah, it was like
competitor was
Facebook.
sleep.
Oh yeah.
No, I think it was Netflix. And he was like, yeah, he's like, we're competing with sleep because for time of the day, and it's like,
Well, everyone's
I
competing
think
for
you
your
have
time
enough money.
nowadays.
Like you're
Yeah.
fine. Like the profits can't keep going up. I don't know. I'm obviously irritated, but there's like ways to do it. Like if you look at Naughty Dog's Intergalactic, that's their new one that they unveiled this
Yeah.
year, or yeah, it was this year.
It was like last
Um,
year. Yeah.
maybe it was last year. I don't remember. Maybe it was like the end of last year, and it was like there's tons of product placement in that. It was like Porsche and Sony and all these things,
There was a
but it
lot.
didn't.
Yeah.
But it felt natural and it
Right.
felt good, and it actually it enhanced the aesthetic. And I felt
Yes,
like
we
they
talked
were,
about that actually a
yeah,
lot. Yeah. Because
and
it was like, oh, I feel like I'm understanding your world better because I understand this is an alien world, but there's still Porsches. So there, it was like
exactly.
that was the nuanced part of it. And that, like, I don't think anyone really argues too much about that stuff. And it makes a Porsche look cool, but like, don't throw a video in your face, like the
Yeah,
mobile
like
games
if it
kind
was
of
like
thing.
EA, it'd be a fucking ad for Porsche first and then the game. Like it's
Right,
just like,
right. I think mobile
gosh,
games are the perfect example of what not to do, right? You're playing, immediately stops you, puts some bullshit in your face, and like has to wait 20, 30 seconds before you can cancel out of it. I mean, that is
yeah.
just the worst.
Here's
And
some spam links. Here
yeah,
you go.
here's a fake
Yeah,
video game for you to check out.
yeah. That's not clearly not real. Uh,
Good question, though. Freaking
all
really
right.
good
So
question.
yeah, good one. Okay, next one from our Uncle Patrick. What's up, guys?
Hey,
Today I read, this is also from March, by the way. So today I read that some people
thinking
are
my
forming a video game union. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
You know what? I forgot this happened
that
over
actually
break and I
happened.
didn't bring it up.
Yeah, yeah,
The United Video Game Workers, which is awesome, especially for the ones in those companies that just step all over these workers. Yeah. Fuck those
yeah,
guys, dude. Pushing
absolutely.
them for crunch or giving them shitty wages. It sounds pretty open ended too, since artist, writer, designer, QA tester, programmer can join. Basically anybody in the industry,
That's
regardless of
cool.
whether they are freelance or full time. Funny fact, I signed up for the union
Really?
just because it was like, I forgot, it was like, I think it was like $50 or something. I was like, just because I signed up as a freelance,
Too funny.
for literally no reason, because I'm a fucking idiot. That's why. What are your thoughts? Good for the industry, or is this bad to lead to more layoffs, outsourcing? No, unions are always good.
No, yeah, of course
P.S.
it's gonna be good.
If I don't get a new podcast from you soon, I'm going to have to fly out there and smack you. I'm patient, but if I don't hear from you in 9 weeks, I'm flying out there. Oh shit. Well, I think we passed that, but we did
Oh
see
well,
each
he already and he did come out here because
yeah,
he came to my wedding. So,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Like the union's just going to help, right? Giving these people rights is going to enhance our giving these people basic like labor rights to not have to crunch and not have to do these ridiculous things, getting fired for no reason. Like the unions are going to help stop this toxic takeover of the corporate like hive mind. I mean, I know it sounds so like I don't know, rebellious and all, but I mean it's kind of true. Like it's like it's necessary. Like you can't just use and abuse people who have a desire who are willing to work hard for you because they have a
Mhm.
passion for video games and then throw them out,
And just
and that's
just chew them up and spit them out. Yeah, like, I
and
mean,
look
the
at the
people in
film
the video game
industry,
industry are
right?
especially vulnerable. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And,
even
and
like,
the film industry had the same thing happened with the film industry. The same thing
and they're all
still happens
union.
with the film industry, but now there's unions for everything. There's the carpenters, the electricians, every single one has its
I
own
mean,
union. So
I
yeah,
mean, unions aren't perfect. You know, they have their own huge vastness of problems, and they, sometimes have corruption. They sometimes, do, whatever. There's not a lot. There's some things they suck. Sometimes they're good. I think generally speaking, I think it's very positive direction. I think it's always good to have an advocate for you. And it's like, the rising tide lifts all boats kind of a thing. Like it, it nobody likes to haggle your fucking, salary every year and then have to find a new job and do all this shit. And then, yeah, like you don't have like, you don't have protections from like outsourcing and things like that, right? Like the union gives you all of these things that maybe even if you don't use like the benefits directly, they help protect you from like basically people changing the laws against your own interests. Like
I
it's
mean
pretty
basically
wild.
just
And
using their power over you as their employer to do whatever they want. I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
I
I mean
think I
that
think it's only a matter of time before. I mean, obviously this is the union, right? The United Video Games Workers Union. But I think it's only a matter of time before it's like you have to be part of the union to work on a video game. Kind of like SAG, Screen Actors Guild, and
yeah.
like stuff like that. Like it's like, you know,
I think it's going to relate very closely to how the film industry works. You have to be a part of
yeah,
it. You have to pay dues. Everyone votes. It's like it's all very unified and exists for the exact same reason that it needs to exist now is, you know,
yeah, uh,
making
you know,
people kill themselves over a dime.
yeah. Anything that big companies are against, I'm for. Like all these anti-union companies, Starbucks, Amazon, any of Elon Musk companies, like they're like all like insanely anti-union. They're like, don't even speak about unions in here or we'll fire you, which is like
I love it
insane.
though.
And
It's always like actually unions aren't as good as you think, and I'm like, okay, let's hear it. Let's fucking
yeah,
hear
let's
it.
blow
I
smoke up my
remember.
ass.
I won't obviously. I won't say much, but I had to take a training that was like that, and I was like, this is so bad.
If someone
Like
comes to
it
you
was.
and asks about a
Yeah.
union, make sure to report that immediately to your
No,
manager.
you cannot, you can't do that. But it was like, but it was basically like, if people talk about it, here's what they might be getting wrong. It's like you can't tell them no, but you can correct, you can suggest to them that these things, and I'm like, dude,
Who eats this
this is
stuff up?
terrible.
Do they
It was
think these videos
terrible.
are really effective? Like,
No.
do they think that they're like, oh, someone's gonna go, wow. I mean, maybe there are. Maybe there are really dumb people out there that are just eat up anything they're told. But like,
I
it,
don't get a raise if I like rat on people talking about unions. So
yeah. No way, dude. That's I'm
So
glad I haven't had
yeah,
to deal with that yet. But
no,
uh,
we're very. Whoa,
Dustin popping in right as we're about to like leave.
is he?
Uh,
Oh my God,
oh my
he's
god,
here.
we're like literally like have one more question,
We're
then we're done.
Yeah.
for the last question, Dustin has arrived.
Well, we were talking about the video game union.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
The video game union? Is that a thing?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah, so
Did you join it?
like 3 or 4 months ago.
Right.
Oh yeah, I thought I sent it to you.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think I sent it to you.
The only one of us who could actually benefit from
It's called
it.
the United Video Game Workers Union.
I will look into this union stuff.
Yeah, it dropped in March, and it's you know what's the word I'm looking for? It's becoming popular. Like the people are joining. It's not just like one of those like gonna fade into the distance kind of a thing. Because you have to have a strong union. You have to have like members.
Well, but how
Right?
does
Of
that
course.
work like after the fact, right? Because if like you already work at Bungie, we'll say, right? And then like your people there like, oh, we're gonna unionize under this thing. But doesn't Bungie then have to agree that they're hiring union, because union people have more protections, right? Like
Yeah.
they can't be fired as easily, like all kinds of stuff like that. But like, doesn't it have to be like both parties accept that, recognize the union?
Yeah,
there must be some
basically.
kind of recontracting, something
Basically,
like that.
from my understanding, is like the union will essentially like bully people who are not in the union and be like, "You shouldn't be working there." Like basically get them to quit. Not saying that's correct,
It is
but
one method, though.
like they will, they'll do their they'll go on strike, and they'll basically just like hound people who work there non-union.
Yeah. Well, but the problem is also like with unions, right? Like unions can be great, but they're only as strong as like the companies who are willing to only hire union workers, right? Because like my dad was in the operating engineers, right, for years, and his quarry he worked at went on strike, and they just hired a bunch of fucking non-union people and basically forced the people who were in the union across the line, or else like out of fear of being like replaced. And like I would think in an industry with such high demand to work in as gaming,
Right.
like what's the incentive for a publisher to hire union workers with all the extra layers that come with that when there's 10 people right behind the
Well,
union
that's what they
person
negotiate. Right. So there's two sides, right? The union has to appease both sides. So you have the worker. So you have to tell the worker, hey, I'm going to work to get you work. So like the union will help you find work when you're out of work. It will help you keep you in the work that once you get work, and it'll help you not get taken advantage of, maybe like your salary benefits by those companies. Right. So that's kind of their promise to you. And then they'll say, like, if we go on strike,
for jobs
we
when you're
pay
in a
you.
union. Like a union, you get on the list,
Kind of
and
sets
the
you up.
union will place you at a place that they have basically a union agreement with, and they need like sound effects. Like
there must be
producer.
some more untraditional aspect of this union.
Yeah.
It must not be.
I just don't. Yeah, I just
Well,
don't see the incentive for a publisher to do it when there's 10 people for every one union person who are willing to work there under the conditions that the publisher sets out without having the rigmarole.
So the union's going to go to the companies, though, and it's going to basically pitch them and be like, hey, I have a workforce, access to a workforce. I will cut down on your recruiting costs. It's going to cut down on your churn. It's going to cut down on all these things. Basically, they're going to pitch them that, like, we will actually save money because we can guarantee you that we've already vetted and interviewed and done whatever with all this group of people. And companies hate doing that shit. They hate it. So they see that as a benefit. And then they'll say, but you have to agree to our terms, which means that, like you have to work with us. Otherwise, we won't give you access to this pool of people. So
yeah, it
and
depends
then
on the best people being in the union as well.
yeah, so
the best talent is there, then
yeah,
that holds a lot of water, right? And that's usually also
so
part of being
that's
a
why they're going
union
to try
is
and recruit.
you're getting additional training, certification, things like that
Mhm.
that are required of
It's in
you
the
to be in the union. You have to have these things. Like if you're a project manager, right, and you're in a union, maybe they require you to have the fucking, what is it, PMI or PML or whatever it is, certification,
yeah.
like some like highly sought after project management certificate, right? So yeah, I mean, hey, like I'm
Oh,
all
Yeah.
for
we'll have to
like
look
people
into it more
having,
and get back.
yeah, people having more like protections and rights as workers. It definitely
Yeah.
sucks being able
But I
to.
mean, that's why
Sorry.
yeah, that's why it's so hard to get one of these unions off the ground. Is because it's like you kind of need to like already be established to be functioning, and so it's like that first starting, you need like money because you need to recruit people, and then you need to be able unions a lot of time like if you're out of work, not or if you're like striking, they'll actually pay your wages, or they'll give you their own like benefits, like
Well,
through you
you
might have
pay
your health care
dues.
through the
Like
union.
to be in a
Yeah, you pay
union, you
dues.
have to pay dues every out of your check, and that goes towards funding the union. So that pays the union's costs for all their
Yeah.
operations, but also yeah, it gives you that additional those
Kind of
benefits.
safety net.
Yeah, when you need it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like if you don't have people, it's that feedback loop of like you need
Yeah.
people to get to get the money to get the big companies. You need the big companies to get the people to get the money to get the big company. Right? Like so, it's like it's hard.
Cart before the horse kind of
Um,
situation.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. All right. Last
Complicated issue. We're
question.
not going to solve it.
Yeah, I'm talking kind of out of my ass here. So like,
Yeah. All right.
don't
Let's
we're
finish
not
up.
news.
This is
We're
not
just fucking
legal advice.
three guys.
This is not
No,
legal. We're not
we're
Chat
just
GPT.
we're just fucking three guys drinking. So this one's from Ralph. This is actually from a couple
Ralph.
days ago, which is awesome. Hey Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
Ghost of Yote State of Play. You could pick up enemy weapons from the floor and use it as your own in the middle of battle. Very impressive. Although I am impressed by the game mechanic, I don't think graphics-wise it's a huge step up from Ghost of Tsushima, which was released 5 years ago. Looks like design was repurposed for this game. Yeah, totally, and I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So, because one, Ghost was fucking a beautiful game. So it's like, what really more could they have done?
I kind of like don't mind that. I actually kind of like
Yeah.
it. I think it's nice for them to be like, we already know how to create this like system, like, and this art is already there. Like, let's just make another great game.
Well,
Like, I'm
one
sure
thing,
they'll do some.
yeah, and one thing to note too, right, is that it's still PlayStation 5, so it's the same gen. But two, this is a Sony studio. Like it's like a Sony game, right? Like it's not Sony Santa Monica, I know that, but because it's like an exclusive in that, I would assume that like Sony is helping them push the limits as far as they can on the system,
Yeah.
right? Like any exclusive you
Yeah.
have on PlayStation, like you're
it's
gonna
already
want
pushed.
it to look amazing, right? So like I just feel like Ghost, like you guys both said, like Ghost was already like so fucking beautiful and like well done, and like it's like how much further can you really go on PlayStation 5? And I mean,
Right.
just in general, honestly, in terms of like gaming graphics, like I really think that right now we are gonna continuously see like very little noticeable. We talked about this last week, I think, right? Like they're already so good. It's
There's
like
a
what can you
scaling,
really
yeah.
do to get them better other than like starting to look like a movie, right? Like, and it's the
And to be honest, hyper realism actually isn't even what you want. Like, because in the racing sims we do the hyper realism, and like it doesn't even look as fun as like some of the stuff they make nowadays. So it's like we're not even going for perfect realism for the most part.
Well,
We're
we
going
had that
for
like little
beautiful
like
and cool
moment in time where like not so much with video games, but we were seeing it with like animation and that where like there was like hyper real and it like kind of looked a little weird like a few years ago, like maybe like 5 years
Uncanny
ago.
Valley kind of stuff.
Yeah, where it was like it's trying to look so real that like it looks like odd, like and so yeah, I
that's
just think
uncanny
like
for sure.
the little differences that we'll see are in like the blades of grass and like the hair and the skin detail
hair.
and stuff that like is better, but it's just not noticeable unless you like side by side it. And but yeah, I mean, the game was gorgeous. I'm
Polygons.
totally fine with the game looking exactly the same. I would have no problems.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I wouldn't, if they didn't change a thing with the graphics and just, did gameplay, like even if they honestly, if they kept the game almost exactly the same and gave me more, I'd be happy. Like,
Yeah, if
the
this
game
was
is
just
so good.
Ghost of Tsushima, like Yotai expansion,
with the DLC,
I'd have no problem with that. That's totally fine. Give me another 30 hours of Ghost of Tsushima, but with like a new character and a dog, and I'm fine with that.
A new character
seriously.
and a dog.
I'm sure
the fact
Ralph
that
is
you have
too.
like one. Yeah, the fact that you can pick up weapons on the floor and stab someone with it, that's like a bonus. Like, I didn't even need that.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly, right? I'm like, I don't even know if I'll do it. Like,
yeah.
I got my shit. I'll stab people with my shit. I want their like dull blade.
Cool.
Shit is whack.
Yeah. Well, we were gonna wrap up, but Dustin, you popped in. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Played a little bit more Stellar Blade actually the other night. I let Arthur play with me, so he was getting some big old boobies in his face.
Oh my god!
You know, I'm like your
Training him early.
5-year-old becoming obsessed with Korean women all of a sudden. But no, he was actually like, I was nervous that he wasn't gonna be able to do very well, and then so I was like clearing areas and I'd hand him the controller and run around. But then when you heal, like the NPCs like respawn, like the bad guys. And so now he was like going up and killing stuff, like because I have it on story mode because I just want to like enjoy it. But even on story mode, the enemies can be a little challenging. But yeah, he was doing. And then he tried to fight like one of the big baddies, and he just got like Rick rolled. And I was like, he's like, I think I can do it, Daddy. I can do it, Daddy. I know how to play now, Daddy. And I was like, all right, here you go, bro. Because I'm still dying to the boss, and he just like walks up, he starts hitting it, does like 5% of its health, and he dies. And he's like, I think I know how to beat it now, Daddy.
Wow. Hey, he's persistent. That's a good quality.
Yeah, give him Dark Souls next.
Played it this morning when I was working, and he just like turned it on because this afternoon he was like, Daddy, I tried to beat the boss and he kept killing me, Daddy. And I'm like, you playing this morning by yourself? He's like, yeah. And I was like,
oh my god. All right.
So yeah, no, still playing Stellar Blade. Still enjoying it, but yeah, that's my only big update. Big update that I can share
you should
today.
Play the Sons of the Forest 2 with us. Emily and I want to play. Tyler and Katie have kind of agreed to play.
I haven't
You should join us.
It's only 4 players though, I think.
Is it? Well, it's okay. We'll probably only have 4 at any given time.
Like 10% of the time, anyway.
An hour.
So.
Yeah.
She'll play only because she wants to do something with me, so I'll make her play.
Yeah, so you're back to work
games
now,
with her,
huh?
so.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. It's been keeping me really busy because I came back and they're like, "Hey, we held this project for you. Here you go." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Thank
hey,
you.
It's better than getting laid off the week you got back, like I did when I had we had.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking sucks.
The omens. I mean, I know this is not the topic of this podcast, but the omens at work have been bad. So I wouldn't.
It's been like that.
It's not out of the cards that in the next 6 months or something, I'm like, so I got laid off.
For real, right?
It's very ominous in a lot of industries right now. It's scary.
Yeah.
Scary times.
Yeah. Just before we wrap up, are you guys caught up on One Piece? Where are you guys at?
No, I'm not caught up, and we cannot talk about this.
I just restarted literally yesterday. I'm in the very beginning of Egghead. So
okay.
Oh my god, you're ahead of me so much.
I am like fully caught up. Dude, the episode this week. So this isn't really a spoiler.
Tyler leaves.
But it's basically right now they're doing this big lore dump about Kuma. So it's
I don't want to know.
It's just all the history of him.
Tyler's not even past. He's not even past Wano.
But that's not a spoiler that they're like talking about Kuma right now. Like they're doing a big lore dump of his history. But yeah, dude. The episode this past week.
Every time someone says, I don't really think this is a spoiler, it's a spoiler.
It's
every
the
time.
highest
any information about One Piece.
On One Piece, the one that just aired this past Sunday. It was fucking amazing.
Oh my god.
Fucking amazing.
Right, I'll have to catch up. I've been watching that one. You know what I also started? What's it called? I know we always do this where we think we're gonna wrap up and then we spend another 30 minutes talking about something. It was like a new one. It was about this. I forgot what it was called, but it was about this like trash world. Did you see that one?
No.
It's like Giramana or some weird. I don't know, but it's
It
about
sounds
this
like it's about
world
the
where
United States.
basically it's about these elitists,
About the United States.
like nobles basically, and then the poor neighborhood, and they dump all their like trash in the
Yeah,
poor
I know what
neighborhood
you're
area,
talking
and
about.
then they drop this guy, and then they have this big giant crater that they throw their trash into, and then people who commit crimes they just chuck them in this pit. So I watched the first episode, and like the main character of course gets chucked in the pit, and at the very and then there's like trash monsters in the pit basically. Anyways,
Yeah,
That's
I know
interesting.
it was kind of interesting. But back to One Piece. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it up before we end up going on an anime kind of tangent here, or even more so. Thank you all for listening. We'll catch you next time.
bye-bye.